Hey, what is up, everybody? Pretty solid day yesterday. 4-1 day for us yesterday. We'll just get right into the recap. It's so funny because Mason Plumlee, I had a lot of hate for the Mason Plumlee line. They're like, oh, I don't trust him. I can't trust Mason Plumlee. Not gonna tail today. Mason Bumley. I get a lot of Mason Bumley. And he smacked his line, baby, late in the fourth quarter. But he got it. He got his line. Mason Plumlee, our lock of the day. And it's funny because until I saw that Mason Plumlee line, I was going to make Karl Anthony Towns the lock of the day. Karl Anthony Towns hits his line in the first half and drops a 60 bomb. Karl Anthony Towns went bananas. Obviously, I can't plan for that. But it's just funny because just the other day, I said go under on Josh Hart. He dropped a career high. And then I said go over on Karl Anthony Towns. He dropped a career high for one of the best slaps I've had ever before. So that's pretty cool. Garland, thanks to overtime, hits. And De'Aaron Fox went crazy. And then DeMar DeRozan just 0 points in the first quarter, 10 points in the second quarter, 0 points in the third quarter, 11 points in the fourth quarter. Like, if he would have just literally done anything at all in the first quarter or the third quarter, he would have hit. He would have easily hit. So that's frustrating. You're not telling me he can't have 6 points in the first or 5 points in the fourth quarter like that. That's frustrating. So DeMar DeRozan sells the sweep. Should have gone with Steph Curry. It was his birthday and stuff yesterday. So definitely should have done Steph Curry in some of my slips yesterday, but I did not. On to the next one. We'll try to keep this hot streak alive. A little bit, 2 days in a row. We kind of been killing it, so let's try to keep that hot streak alive. Also, really quickly, all of my bets are strictly on Underdog. So if you've never heard of Underdog Fantasy, it's a player prop betting app. Super fun. I play it literally every single night. All my videos are always going to be from Underdog, whether it's college basketball lines, football, NBA, anything. It's all going to be straight from Underdog. I think it's the best player prop betting app out there. If you are new to it, if you've never heard of Underdog, go to the link down in the description. It'll take you right to the App Store. You can download it, and you could use my code TAKEMYSHOT. Use code TAKEMYSHOT, and you get a match deposit up to $100. So if you put in $100, you'd actually get 100 extra free dollars to bet with just for funsies. And it also helps me out big time if you use that code. So thank you very much. On to the video. All right, baby, it's time for Lock of the Day. Let's get it. Lock of the Day is always be slapping because you know it's Lock of the Day, so it's got to hit. And today, who am I putting my reputation on for this Lock of the Day? Because the Lock of the Day, I think, I haven't looked, honestly, but if I had to just think off the top of my head, I think I've only missed like 2 locks of the day the entire month. So who am I staking my reputation on today? It's going to be a Miami Heat player versus Detroit. He is not even a starter. He comes off the bench. Give me Tyler Herro over 21.5 points. Now, Tyler Herro has hit this line in 7 of his last 10 games. He is playing the Detroit Pistons today. Against the Detroit Pistons in his last 3 matchups, he's averaging 25.3 points per game. I will take that. That sounds juicy. This year they've played 3 times. One of the games he had a thigh contusion, so he didn't play. But in the 2 games he did play, 31 points, 29 points. Thank you, please. That sounds very juicy to me. So I'm going to take Tyler Herro over 21.5 points for our lock of the day today. Detroit has been keeping games close, so I anticipate this game to be close. Also, Tyler Herro, even though he comes off the bench, does average 32, almost 33 minutes a game for Tyler Herro on the season. So even if this game is close, I do think he'll be in that ball game. So I think 21.5 points for Tyler Herro is our easy lock of the day today. All right, and also, you hear that? March Madness. All right, let's get in our bag for some March Madness. We got the play-in kind of games today. I got a couple lines for you, just 2 that I really liked, and they're both going to be from Hoosiers players. Give me Xavier Johnson over 5.0 assists. Now, Xavier Johnson is nearly a top 30 assister in the entirety of college basketball. So he's an elite playmaker at the guard position for the Hoosiers. In his 3 conference championship game, or his 3 conference tournament games, 7 assists, 6 assists, 9 assists. He has been dishing out the rock in these big-time games that matter. So I anticipate the same thing to happen here today with Xavier Johnson. He's going to be out there dishing and diming in a game that's big time because this is to get into the March Madness tournament. So I like Xavier Johnson over 5.0 assists today. All right, and next up, give me Race Thompson. The Wyoming team, they've got big guys on their roster, but they don't play a lot of big guys. They only ran 8-man deep in their last game, and the biggest guy on the floor is 6'9", so just 1 inch taller than Race Thompson. So Race Thompson out there on the floor is going to be the biggest guy most of the time, the majority of the time. It looks like Wyoming really doesn't run that deep of a team. They aren't that big. Race Thompson's one of the bigger guys out there. I anticipate him to be able to get over 7.0 rebounds today. Also, he's averaging 7.6 on the season. He's also been rebounding the ball really well in conference play. So I like the Race Thompson's odds today to go over 7.0 rebounds versus Wyoming. Also, Indiana's the better team than Wyoming, so I anticipate this game to be a close one, fun one, and a lot of shots to be taken. Give me those rebounds for Race Thompson, baby. Race Thompson over 7.0 rebounds. All right, coming in next, give me Jaren Jackson Jr. Now, obviously, Ja Morant, I guess, this morning hasn't been really competing. I didn't do shoot-around this morning. I guess he might be questionable. A little bit up in the air with the status of Ja Morant. His line is set at 18.5 points. Now, the Grizzlies and the Pacers really don't play each other that often. I wanted to throw it into the ring that he's averaging 26.3 points per game in his last 3 matchups versus the Pacers, where he dropped 20 points, 28 points, and 31 points. Last 3 times he's played the Pacers, he's hit his line every single time. Obviously, these two teams don't play each other that often, though, so these were back in 2019. Team's a little bit different than it is now, but Jaren Jackson Jr. is a better player now than he was back in 2019. Way better player than he was back in 2019. I don't know if he has some sort of vendetta against the Pacers because he has been absolutely going bananas. Okay. Sorry, this is super random. CJ McCollum's out. Okay, so let me throw that out there. CJ McCollum is out for today's game. I was really wanting to bet on CJ McCollum, but it looks like he's not playing tonight. So that's that real quick. So yeah, Jaren Jackson Jr. over 18.5 points seems like a solid bet for me tonight. Let's go Jaren Jackson over that 18.5 points tonight. Okay, confession, I'm a little bit stupid. That notification I got was that CJ was out of protocols, not out tonight. I didn't read it. I don't know why they would make the headline CJ out of protocols instead of CJ back or whatever. But okay, so CJ McCollum is back tonight. His line is set at 26.5. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. They have actually, since being a part of the Pelicans, he's played the Suns. They won that game 117-102. This was also the game without Chris Paul. And so it was almost the same exact lineup both sides, except now the Pelicans won't have Ingram tonight. But CJ McCollum in their last matchup, 35 minutes, 32 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. So he had 42 PRA, but he also had 32 points. So his line is set at 26.5. He's obviously been reinvigorated. Honestly, he's been playing fantastic since he's been a part of the Pelicans. Even though that's a really high line for him, I'd like it at 26.5. No one to guard him on the perimeter, really. They might throw Mikal out there sometimes, but really it didn't work last time. So I like CJ McCollum over 26.5 points tonight. Okay. Well, sometimes you find some crazy stuff in your research when you're doing stuff sometimes. Kevin Durant's last 3 games versus the Magic, he's averaging 40 points per game. What? 49 points, 42 points, and 30 points in his last 3 matchups versus the Magic. And in that game, his most recent game was November 10th of 2021 versus the Magic. So just last year at the end of the year. 30 points in just 29 minutes. Wow. I am a little bit, honestly, blown away by the fact that, I mean, it makes sense, really, when you think about it. The Magic don't have anybody that can mobile enough to guard him. They have Wendell Carter to guard him, honestly, but he's just not mobile enough and quick enough to stay with Kevin Durant. The Magic have only been blown out once in their last couple of games here. They've been keeping games close against competitive games. I mean, we just saw the other day what they did with the 76ers. They've just been keeping it close, even against top-tier teams. Obviously, the Nets put on a huge performance that last game versus the 76ers where they blew out the 76ers. But that one was personal. You could tell that one was obviously a little bit personal. So that game felt a little bit different. This one, I anticipated to stay close. I'm going to say it. The Magic, for some reason, these bad teams are playing really good down the stretch. Magic are playing good down the stretch. Kevin Durant is averaging over 40 points per game in their last 3 matchups. They've lowered his line down to 28.5 points. We're going to do it. Kevin Durant over 28.5 points tonight. Just another, really, they are. They're playing fantastic. The Magic are. 2-point game with the Sixers, playoff team. 8-point game with the Timberwolves, playoff team. 3-point game with the Suns. Obviously, they're a little bit banged up. Best team in the NBA. Only got blown out by the Grizzlies recently, okay? Kept it to a 6-point game versus the Raptors, a playoff team. They're playing great recently. They're on like a 2 or 3 week stretch here where they're actually playing really great basketball against really great teams. I anticipate this game to stay close. Kevin Durant over 28.5 points. Let's do it. All right, guys, and if I'm being honest, that's really all I've got today. Not a whole lot that I loved matchup-wise. So I'm just going to give you those quick 5 picks. Some stuff might change depending on Ja Morant's status. Cade Cunningham's status is going to play a little bit of a factor in that Pistons game, but we'll see. I give you those solid 5, though. I'm always going to give you a solid 5 or 3. Even if I don't like a day or matchups, I'm always going to give you picks. I'm never going to give you guys picks that I don't have all the faith in the world in and I wouldn't put my own money on. So let's get into our perfect 3 and 5 slip. All right, guys, time for the perfect 3 slip. Obviously, my first two picks are pretty solid, or I'm pretty confident into throwing to this 3-slip. So give me Tyler Herro over 21.5, Xavier Johnson over 5.0 assists. Now, who do we round out the 3-slip with? Do we do Jaren Jackson Jr., CJ McCollum, or Kevin Durant? All three of these guys in their last matchups versus these teams, or historically versus teams, dominate these teams. So it's going to come down to Kevin Durant, CJ, or Jaren. And I'm going to do Kevin Durant, baby, over 28.5 points. I know Kyrie's playing tonight, but I mean, he's just dominated the Magic in their history. They don't have anybody realistically that can guard Kevin Durant. Hopefully he doesn't pull one of those. I don't care about your bet slips tonight because he's going on the 3-slip, baby. And our perfect 5-slip will be Herro over 21.5 points, Xavier Johnson over 5.0 assists, Jaren Jackson Jr. over 18.5 points, CJ McCollum over 26.5 points, and Kevin Durant over 28.5 points tonight for our perfect 3-slip, or excuse me, perfect 5-slip. Remember that Race Thompson's rebound is always there in the air too. If you're not feeling good about Kevin Durant because you think they're going to blow out the Magic, you can throw in Race Thompson for that 7.0 rebounds. That might be something worth throwing together. But that being said, guys, that's our perfect 3 and perfect 5-slip. Quick update on the channel real quick. Big improvements are coming very, very soon. In about 2 weeks or so, I'm moving to a different state. I'm moving about 13 hours south. So things are going to get a little messy here down the end of the stretch of the month here for me. I'm also going to Colorado for a wedding from the 19th to the 23rd. So I'm going to do everything I can to put out videos. I'm not going to stop. Trust me, I'm not going to stop. But I'm going to do it. That schedule from the 19th to the 23rd is going to be a little bit weird. Also, big improvements to all of this is coming. I know this is just a white blanket behind me. I'm in a closet. I'm recording with an iPad. I know things are just a little bit not how people, not how they probably should be with as big as I'm getting. But improvements are coming. I'm planning on getting a new backdrop, recording in a new area, getting a new recording device, getting lights and stuff to make it look a little bit better. All that is coming in the future. Just give me a little bit of time here with this move and stuff like that happening. It's just going to be a little bit messy for just the time being. But once I get all settled in, it's going to look really nice. It's going to be really good. So improvements are coming. Let's hope that some of the money that we win tonight can help go towards that improvement. And let's get it. Catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.